We are now less than a week away from town meeting day, and community leaders are making a final push to get information out to voters. In Middlebury, members of the Public Works Department are hoping a nearly $50 million bond vote passes to not just upgrade the town's wastewater treatment plant, but to also make it more flood resilient. ABC 22's Matt Holderman spoke with the town's director of engineering about that today, and Matt is now live in the newsroom.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, a lot of these proposed upgrades have been in the town's plans for a few years now, since many parts of the wastewater system are almost past due for improvements. But when flooding caused major damage to their pump station in summer 2023, they realized that repairs to the facility should also come with some new additions.
It's utilized 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so it never gets a rest.
No matter what town you live in, it's not uncommon to see questions about your local wastewater treatment facility on your town meeting day ballot. But this year in Middlebury, voters won't just be deciding whether to pay for routine upgrades to their town's plant. They will also be deciding whether to add new floodgates and flood doors around the property.
In the August 23 flooding, we suffered catastrophic failure at the pump station.
Emily Sherrington is the director of engineering for Middlebury Public Works and says when torrential rain rolled through 2 summers ago, water flowed into their pump station and destroyed the town's 3 massive 150 horsepower pumps, forcing them to use backup pumps and make replacements. With how costly the damage was, their idea now is to put flood mitigation components in place to make sure that can't happen again.
Once they got submerged in stormwater, they ended up failing. They just overheated and failed. Our proposal is to install floodgates and flood doors around the building and make some structural improvements just to make sure that the building itself can actually handle the hydraulic pressure.
Along with adding flood protection, Sherrington says the town wants to replace some of its aging wastewater infrastructure with more modern equipment. The upgrades they're looking at are recommended every 20 to 25 years, and she says much of their current wastewater apparatus is 25 years old on the dot. In total, this project would cost $49.5 million and would be paid through user rates, bonds, and any grants the town may receive. If the vote passes, construction will start in 2027 and bond repayment would start in 2030.
I think people also recognize the need for it. We've been pretty upfront in hosting a lot of public informational meetings. We put out a video. The reception has been positive.
And that wastewater bond vote will be article number 7 on the Middlebury ballot. It goes into more detail on exactly what parts would be replaced, including storage tanks, generators, and some dewatering units. And we will share the results of that vote with you next Tuesday night right here on ABC 22. Reporting live in the newsroom, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.